So yesterday we trophied with a mono black mid range deck. Actually, let me see if I can pull that up here. So we trophied with a mono black mid range deck featuring Kozilek's Command. To kind of simply put, Kozilek's Command is kind of the best card of the format. It just does everything all the time, and if it does everything more the more mana you have. The card is just stupidly good. Trophied our first league, ended up 7-1 on the day with the mono black deck. Or I guess it was 4-1 on the day, but 3-0 it was off stream. So I had also been working a little bit on a Coffers build, but I wasn't exactly sure how the mana worked with only 8 fields and 4 Eldrazi Temples. Was that enough to support Kozilek's Command? At the moment, I think the answer is yes, a resounding yes, it is enough. Especially with Profane Tutor to tutor up your Eldrazi Temples, just in case, I almost count this as a fixer for Kozilek's Command too, which is kind of weird. But this deck, I think, is going to be, so far, the better version between the two. I think that this build does play better with Kozilek's Command than the mono black mid-range build. And I had that suspicion yesterday too, but I just wasn't sure that the mana actually worked because Cabal Coffers and Urborg are both lands that don't tap for colorless. But at the moment, I do think the mana works. I think main decking Relic is a great place to be against the Unearth, Oculus, Flage, Underworld Breach format. So I'm pretty happy to main deck these. I at one point I have like 3 Cling to Dust. I'm like, you know what? Let's play Relic instead. I also think I'm pretty into Dreams of Steel and Oil. There's like a lot of Eldrazi that's popping up, and so I think this is going to be a more effective tool against them. I think it's also kind of cool that we have a little tiny Necrodominance package where we can just, in some games, Profane Tutor for Necrodominance, maybe assemble Necro plus our one of Sheoldred, grab a March of Wretched Sora, just use this as a singleton big card draw spell that you have access to. And I've also made some kind of big updates to the Karn sideboard. A lot of these are kind of Coffer specific, like double Cityscape Leveler. I don't know if I'm playing this in too many other shells, but Cityscape Leveler is actually I found myself really wanting to get the second copy yesterday, and I was also thinking about sideboarding. I think you want versatile sideboard cards that you can bring in a lot, and because you just have some dead fatal pushes, and obviously Leveler isn't great, but in some matchups where push is bad, you just get to bring this in, and it is something, and it's more castable with Kozilek's Command too. I also feel that I was liking Golos yesterday as well as something to kind of stem the gap from card into big mana. It was just I wanted a value 5-drop to get, and I thought Golos was a good option. You could also play Sky Sovereign, which can help answer against other cards. Damping Matrix is also a card that I think is very good at the moment. This is a card that is very good against Underworld Breach. It turns off not only their grinding stations, but it turns off Emry, it turns off Opal, it turns off Bauble, it turns off Haywire Might. Really, really nice. Also good against Yawgmoth. Yawgmoth is picking up in popularity. Stops Belcher, stops Tamashi. I think Damping Matrix is almost a mandatory Karn sideboard slot at the moment. I'm also trying out Portal to Phyrexia. A little less sure about this one, but I think it is dope. I don't think any other big ones. Still have really impactful things to Profane Tutor for, like Necromentia, Break the Ice, Ashiok. I do this sometimes when I play this archetype. Yeah, let's go. No Delusion 75 seems surprising. Seems like it has utility over Damnation. Yeah, it is the utility of just paying a lot of life. I'm just gonna cast the damn Damnation. I'm gonna cast the Damnation instead. Nick Chef, 27 months. Nath with 35. Crypt Game with 35. Rigby with 15. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well. Sand is keepable if we draw a land. We're on the draw with 25 good top decks. Aren't Karn decks like Tron decks with win cons and stuff, which is nothing like our mono black removal deck? I don't know. Let me time that out. I'll respond to you in a second as I calculate here. Okay, sample size 2, success is 25. Let me come back to that. So we're 72% to hit a second land. Saying is sick if it draws a second land. Let's keep. Okay, so Cabal Coffers is a very established archetype in Modern. Karn is great in it. We do have big mana in this deck with Cabal Coffers. That's a big part of the reason why Karn is good here. Conversely to Tron, when you compare this deck to just Tron, or other Karn decks that make a lot of mana, This one gets to play a lot of cheap interaction, and with Karn as a top end with a big mana package. This is a very tried and true formula in modern. Karn plus Coffers has been very good throughout the last 3 years, 3 years. It is a nice package. All right, resume. I guess I'll take that one. You can also put Elixir in the side. That's true. I think Emrakul is better because it's like Emrakul is good against control and mill, where I guess that one's good against mill and burn. Okay, second Tomeo into Thundering Falls, Opal, Bauble, or Woodland. My opponent chooses Opal. Plays a Bauble. And no Emry. Unlucky on their part. I think I gotta shoot the sheriff here, dude. Like, turns off the Opal, like they're about to flip it. What happened to not liking Urborg with 8 fields? I sure do like Urborg when I have Cabal Coffers in my deck. So it's like for me, Urborg is a card that I think is good with Cabal Coffers. Urborg is a card I don't like as a mana fixer. It is a card that has some pretty significant downsides when you're using it as a mana fixer. This is not very likely to connect, but why didn't they crack the Bauble? Oh, they did. Okay, they have a breach. We get to exile a Bauble from the yard, but they have another one. Shout out Inquisition of Kozilek. We played against so much Eldrazi yesterday. I really wanted to play Dreams. So not cracking this because they want the red mana from Opal online. They drew Emry, and they milled Grinding Station. We're dead. Jeez. The Emry also gave them the extra mana back with the Amber. Pretty good draw on their part. Gonna bring in the Necromentia. We can also Karn for Damping Matrix, ends up being a pretty big part of our matchups plan. I'm gonna cut both Dreams of Steel and Oil, I think. Not the worst against them. But I'm not a huge fan either. Might bring in the Tithing Blade. I'm gonna bring in the Explosives instead. Yeah, their draws were good, dude. Yeah, I do think overall we've got a lot of good cards in this matchup. Chat, when is the correct time to Endurance Breach when Breach is on the stack? It does. If there's a Grinding Station in play, you a lot of times want to like respond to. It just depends like how many 0 mana artifacts they have in play. Because like so one thing is if all they can do is like sack a 0 and put 3 in the yard, and there's no other way for them to get any other cards in the yard, then they won't actually be able to escape Oracle unless they mill it like super late. Because if they mill Oracle early, they would have to exile it to continue the loop. Bring in Needle since Karn also hits Station. Let me think. Yeah, I think bring in the Needle because we're just gonna get Damping Matrix. Cut a Damnation. Good suggestion. Sideboarding with Coffers is always something I have struggled with a little bit. Okay. Oh, did I bring in Nihil Spellbomb instead of Needle? Huh. It's kind of fine, actually. Weird. Not my intention. Trying to lose it. I just didn't get like any sleep last night, so it's just like, you know, these happen sometimes. The rumble over Bauble, Saga, Scalding Tarn, Consign. Let's keep one of those. All right, let's keep a push. And then the question is, do I cast the Karn or do I wait? I think to play around Consign, let's go ahead and cast the Karn. My opponent doesn't have Delirium either this turn, which is pretty nice. So I think either way, I probably want a minus. Yeah, Force. Turn 3. Is the Blue White K command deck to back up? Not yet. I need to finish building it, but someone has told us today that Reflecting Pool can tap for colorless if you have a land that taps for colorless, and I think that's going to be the breakthrough for me to finish the mana base. I think we just get Stonebrain. All right. Kozilek's command is broken. Not a word I tried to use lightly. Needle, show up to work this time. An amazing suggestion. I really thought it said each color. Colorless mana does not have a type and it does not work. Are we sure about that? I mean, okay, so I guess we can double check. We can double check. Colorless mana doesn't have a color, but it is a type of mana. That's my impression. Funny draw. Rumble is so good in their deck. Wait, are they just gonna cast Jace? They might just cast Jace next turn. They take the Jace. Is Rumble a top 5 image 3 card? Not top 5, no, but very good card. Okay, more of these, huh? So they do have Delirium, which makes tapping out for Karn scarier. I think Consign is enough scarier that we'll do this. Is Jace stock? Yeah, Jace is pretty common in the sideboard to like beat Graveyard Hate and stuff. Yeah, I do like the red-green Eldrazi Breach deck. I would love to play that deck again. Oh, I boarded in the Needle. This doesn't make them sec Planeswalkers, right? No. Their deck does really suck when Breach is exiled. Of course, I'll grab Coating and start coating the Jace. Backup Karn also. I'm going to grab the Damping Matrix because this would allow me to Kozilek's command for a mode, make 3 spawns, and cast the Matrix next turn. Tormod's Crypt would be GG's here. Kind of it's an interesting take. I agree that the Crypt could be an over the Spellbomb. GG is quite confident. Life from the Loam, returning Scalding Tarn, Woodland, and Boseiju. An unactivatable Amber, an unactivatable Opal. Okay, no Unholy Heat. This is our saving grace, I think. Or sorry, yeah, I guess they would already have used it. So if I field my opponent, I would have 2 mana available. I could march for 3 extra, so it doesn't seem like I can quite march this. Playing cardboard without the first crypt is well, I have Nihil Spellbomb instead. Is it so different? Please, chatters, please forgive me. My plan here was to Karn for Relic again. Instead, I think I'm actually going to pivot. Because they shouldn't have heat in their hand. They would have already heated the Karn. And I certainly wouldn't mind getting a swamp in play. And I think that the coating probably gets Boseiju. Ah, Nature's Claim. Not the worst to get to exchange for that, I suppose, but okay, a Tomio and an Emery. It's a -8. They usually play 2 basics. They Needle Karn. 7 cards in their hand still. Interesting game. Plays a Scalding Tarn. Okay. So they usually only play 2 basics, so I guess my option is to hold up K command for 1, explosives on 0, or Thoughtseize, or I get to Stone Rain them. I guess Stone Raining them doesn't probably matter as much right now. I love the blue-white K command list. What one con? I haven't built. What do you mean you love it? I haven't showed you it yet. Yeah, the win con is interesting. So for the Miracles build, right now it's just Solitude but potentially I'm playing Jace too. I don't know if I'm brave enough to play Jace. Maybe we play this Jace, huh? Just kidding. Okay, probably gonna K command for 1 end of turn. They keep a card on top. Can't shuffle it with the field here. They mill themselves. They mill a Rumble and a Saga and then draw a new card. This is at 8 loyalty now. This was the card they kept on top. Maybe, maybe not. Could they not have just played a Grinding Station last turn and left up Beseiju? Maybe I'm misremembering. Someone posted a Moxer list of blue-white kick anthologies. Yeah, there's probably just someone trying to figure it out. I mean, I guess I would like to see their draft. That will maybe be the deck tomorrow. Saving blue-white control with Kozilek's command. 1 top, 1 bottom. Plays a Grinding Station. Now, I'd really love to be able to kill the Jace with March in 1 go, but I may unfortunately just have to contain it. Basically my last Miracles list. Yeah, I don't play Counterbalance with Eldrazi Temple. I think we're bottoming that. But maybe it was fine. I'll post something soon. I'm not sure there was a win con there either, actually. Okay. I guess now I regret bottoming the temple. 6, 7, 8. Sorry, we'll call that a Miracles punt. This Jace is such a pain. It's so funny. But I think I've made executive decision to not play around a Spell Pierce. They have a consign. What is this this pause here, I wonder? Don't you think Teferi Hero has more synergy with K command or Jace more because of the Miracles? Yeah, if I have 4 Terminus, Jace becomes playable. I don't think having Teferi having synergy with Kozilek's command isn't that important. I think Teferi Hero is just not very good. Why not K command and Calibrated Blast? You could also do that. You know, that seems doable. Does Consign do anything? It doesn't do anything, but neither is my opponent. So like I wonder if they're like trying to think if Consign does anything. That's what I'm trying to wonder. Consign does not do anything here now. They do have Beseiju. Okay, so we're gonna march this for 3. Not get ultimated yet. They mill a second Beseiju. They cast a Rumble, milling over Breach and Urza, Lord High Artificer. Crazy game. They took this Urza. I really need 2 explosives on 1 to unlock my Karn. I think that this is going to be a big priority for me this game. Wow, Grinding Station Urza is actually kind of crazy. They spun into a Grape Shot. Yikes. Yeah, this is kind of sick. Oh, they missed a mana float, I think. Maybe not. So we know their hand is Besage You, 2 mystery cards. One card needs to be a breach. Maybe. There should still be 3 in the deck somewhere. Could be 1 in the hand. It doesn't seem like they can cast it this turn, though. So we got 6 mana. So my options are exile the spawn, play Karn, can't activate it. They could def cast it. Oh, the Opal got unlocked, sorry. I thought it was Amber untapped. Leaving this Urza alive seems foolhardy. EE0 pop, play Karn. Well, the problem with this line is I don't think I can win if I cannot activate Karn again this game. So doing this is kind of nice because I could potentially draw a good 1 mana spell here. Like a Pithing Needle or a Thoughtseize. Maybe a Fatal Push. A Profane Tutor. Can also play the explosives on 1. So if I play explosives on 1... Okay. Got through the consign, I guess. Probably dead. Yeah, Urza does seem kind of sick there, I agree. Yeah, they do still have Besage You. I guess this is a big problem, but the Besage You is a big problem kind of no matter what too. I'm not sure how winnable this game is, I guess. They're milling. Yeah, they also just actually get to just natural Urza me. Or sorry, natural Jace me, maybe. They have 8 cards in their deck. Yeah, just dead. Working on 4 Pinnacle Monk Ephemerate deck. Realized that they could play Wrath Disguise to dumpster other Boros decks. Yeah, I mean we've played something similar to this idea. Mm. This was, when the ring was still legal, but yeah. Pretty similar show. Going to 4. Not a bad 4. Wow, kind of like an ideal 4. I'll skip to a Thoughtseize. Okay, no Thoughtseize. Don't Bowmaster me. I guess if they have a Bowmaster, we probably hear about it now. Okay. Okay. Do I cast this Relic of Progenitus? Like what lists usually only play 1/2 Bowmasters. It's good to know. We're gonna go for 5 cards here. Let's do 6. So there's a Cabal Coffers. Let's keep Cabal Coffers. Karn. Damnation. I kind of want to keep backup Urborg too. Yeah, not a bad mold of 4, huh? Only one Necro in the deck. Felia the Eldrazi Slayer. I'm down to 12. I almost just hope they like Skyclave my Necro. They cast a Boggart Trawler, huh? So we have 5 mana this turn. So it seems to me that I should start off with a Thoughtseize and then see if they maybe vial a 2 into my Damnation. Leaving them with the Witch Enchanter is kind of tempting because, like, I don't exactly mind if they kill my Necro. I'll take it, I guess. Not a bad mull to 4. I'll draw 4 cards here, probably. Still gonna keep the backup Urborg for now. So we'll see if they vial anything in response. Okay. So it has Ephemerate Mystery card. I'm going to grab a Cityscape Leveler. There's a reasonable chance I'm going to kill my own Necro. I think I'll draw 2. Ephemerate Mystery card, another Mystery card after they draw. It's really nice that the vial is turned off. If I talk to my thoughts, if Aether Spark will be playable, what do you think it will do? Yeah, I have never tried to just guess what the text on an unknown card might be. And I don't recommend you try to, ooh, what's the text on it? And then after we successfully guess what the text is, if it'll be playable, just wait for it to come out, man. You know. I have my psychic powers are not tuned to the degree that I can tell you what the text on Aether Spark is going to be. I'm sorry. I'm not a good enough streamer to know what Aether Spark is going to say. I'm a bad streamer. I don't know. I'm glad that you're excited though. I'm glad that people are hyped. All right, Necro, you've done enough for us. What's the best thing to get after you've played a Cityscape Leveler? That's right. A second Leveler. I'm glad you're excited. I think my preview card's exciting. I think the Green White Gearhulk that's been spoiled looks exciting. Have there been any more preview cards out yet? So I'm going to tutor up a March of Wretched Sorrow. My preview card got spoiled. Dang it. Did it? So my opponent's going to Felia this turn. Lifecraft Engine, a tribal vehicle. I feel like I've seen that one. I don't know. Oh, they do have the Ephemerate, don't they? So we need to be marching the Felia on their turn. Spawn with the 27 months. Heard it's snowing there today, you trapped. No snow. Ooh, Solitude Ephemerate. I guess if they have second Ephemerate, they get to successfully exile my levelers. And I'll gain 16 life. Can you pop the stone tokens of Karn? Yes. Did I not do that here? Maybe I plus on nothing. I thought... Looks like I did. No, I think I did, and then I gave them 2 new ones, right? Yeah, I think that's what happened. I should have. Okay, up a game. It is cold. It's like 20 degrees. It's just not precipitating. Okay, I want the dreams. See if we can cut all the relics. Probably can't cut all of them. Let's bring in the Tithing Blade. Let's bring in the explosives. Karn can be an Ensnaring Bridge, Ballista, Leveler, Engine. I think I'm bringing Go. I think I kind of like the idea of Golos in the matchup. We'll play 1 relic. I plus nothing. Oopsie. Yeah, I've been really liking the second Leveler in the board. We did get a tiny bit of snow a week or 2 ago. Like it was here in the morning and gone in the afternoon. -40 with the wind chill. Oh my goodness. I don't know nothing about that. That's between you and God.
Hey.
Hello. Did you go to your appointment?
Yeah.
How was that?
I got my flu shot.
Let's go.
Let's go. Are these both today?
Yeah.
Oh no.
I woke up very sleepy.
Oh no.
Am I still in Dallas? I'm in my summer home with my lover in Cabo. It's quite balmy here, wherever Cabo is. Alright, so they don't have a second land. We're not particularly weak to White Orchid Phantom this time. Not particularly weak to Felia. I'm going to take the Ephemerate. I think the Ephemerate's kind of annoying with my target removal here, with them holding it up basically the whole time. Gingerade the 16 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Where is Cabo? Sorry, I just wanted to sound cool. I don't know where Cabo is. It's in Mexico? Okay, that is cool. Okay, I got this wedding to plan and save for still, but you know, I really, really want to go to South America soon. Chile is probably my #1 country to visit. Brush up on my Spanish some. Okay, so our opponents, we're gonna try to get them to commit more into this Damnation. Why Chile? I don't know. I think Chile is just a country. I just think it's beautiful. As my brother-in-law is has gone a few times and told me a lot about it, and yeah, I think it's a beautiful country. What this is such a dumb reason to like a country, but like one of my favorite things about Chile as a country is that it's very longitudinally advantaged, where you can be pretty close to the equator, or you can be like right by Antarctica. Like I just genuinely think that dynamic is sick. I love that for them. And so like the idea of like getting to like walk up and down the country to me sounds really fun. It's not the best reason to like a country, but you know. Shut up. Latitude, sorry about that. Why didn't they flicker the Emperor last turn? That's a good question. So I'm going to let them do this. I'm just going to Damnation. Do you remember the blue-red prison deck with Ipnu, Rivulet, and the toolbox artifacts? It was quite solid at some point. Do you think deck like that is viable after the Opal unban? Potentially. I would not hate a deck like that. Okay, so I think I'm going to Profane Tutor for Eldrazi Temple. But I'm not going to... I'm going to make sure I use the Temple the turn I play the K command, so that we don't play too hardly into the White Orchid Phantoms that they have. Although they can't currently play White Orchid Phantom. So that's good. I guess I'll play Field of Ruin. Maybe this would like bait a Phantom hit too. They drew an Aven Interrupter. That's not great. Although we can, you know. Am I dead? This is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No! 7, 10, 12, 13, 14. Damn it. I guess more also from their Emperor. Oh, wait, they're punting! Maybe? Hold on. I'll let you know. They're going to get another copy of Aven. They do get another copy of Aven Interrupter. What can we do about this? Despite the country's name indicating otherwise, much of Chile has a warm climate. Yeah, I know. But it's also cool that despite being mostly warm, you can also go right next to Antarctica. Which is so cool. Or, you know, as close as you can continentally. I guess I could draw Dreams of Steel and Oil. I thought Argentina was closer. I think they're about the same. Maybe, I guess it could be a little, yeah. I guess Argentina is a little more south. Not to be rude, but what is the win con? Karn into Blister level. Yeah, that's the win con. Get a Sheoldred too. They get another copy of Emperor of Bones, which is pretty good. So yeah, I guess the plan is to K command into a copy of Dreams of Steel and Oil, cast it with the ability to still pay, and then leave push up for Emperor. Also, like, do it like this so I can still cast Damnation. Yeah, I don't know. This is it's a plan. Good to have a plan. Not a Dreams of Steel and Oil. Not a Dreams of Steel and Oil. Dreams of Steel and Oil. I love it when a plan comes together. Let's go. Okay, in response, they Violent a 3-drop. So I now need to kill Aven Interrupter in order to have lethal, because the Damnation now costs 5. Now they have an Emperor of Bones, so we need to dodge them drawing an untapped land, and if we do so, we've got a chance. Aether Spark, link me the Aether Spark. Let's go, let's get in there. I need links! I need pictures of Aether Spark on my desk now! Oh, they didn't field my Eldrazi Temple, that's good. The Aether Spark. Oh man, it's a Karn. Okay. Wait, is this actually Karn's Spark? Probably is, right? 4 mana, 4 loyalty. As long as Aether Spark is attached to a creature, Aether Spark can be attacked. Can't be attacked. Whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player this turn, it puts that many loyalty counters on the Aether Spark, okay? So it pluses to attach it to one creature and put a counter on that creature. So while it doesn't give any buffs besides the counters, but it can't be attacked. -5, draw 2, and then -10 to add 10 mana. Wow. I don't know what to think about that. Artifact Planeswalker equipment. They grab a Felia here. Not the best time to see a card like the Aether Spark in the middle of like such an intense game. They have 2 copies of Emperor of Bones. I guess we're taking 1. Let's see if they ephemerate the Recruiter end of turn. I'm glad that we're still here. We'll definitely try this card. I think it's interesting. I think, obviously, Stoneforge Mystic. What can we do with that? Okay, also, what are we doing here? So I really need to leave up a removal spell for Emperor if I can. I don't know if that's something that is actually realistic. I guess maybe what's better is Okay, if I go like the... Let's fade it. Let's fade the land for the Emperor of Bones. This card is sick. This card is really cool. I'm excited for it. Yeah, it's only 2 types for Delirium, right? Like, it's Planeswalker Artifact. Okay, so my opponent's hand is Emperor of Bones, White Orchid Phantom, White Orchid Phantom. So I should be able to... Oh, I guess let me let them resolve this trigger first. Wait, it's not damage to a player? Oh my gosh, that is actually huge for this card. Oh my gosh. So it can't draw 2 cards, or in theory make 10 mana the turn it comes down. This card's Aether Spark seems good, dude. That card looks really fun too. Really fun. Very, very exciting card. Okay, they return an Aven Interrupter to their hand, and I have blundered. I forgot about the Aven Interrupter. Would have been still a pretty tricky card to beat, actually, but game 3, I guess. Oops. Too busy looking at the Aether Spark. Can make mana if you have another way to equip and immediately attack. Yeah, but there's no other... I guess you would have to have, like, Pure Steel Paladin or Sigarda's Aid. So, seems unlikely, but maybe. I guess, you know, those cards are historically kind of modern playable. Start your engines. If you have no speed, it starts at 1. Increases once on each returns when each opponent loses life. Max speed is 4. So these lands all tap for a colorless. And if there's one that says if you have max speed, adds 2 mana. No one's rare. Seems very slow to get a land that taps for 2 mana. Speed being such a slow mechanic is insane, is a comment on this thread, which is pretty fair. Max speed, target creature gains haste. Max speed, discard a card, draw a card. Doesn't seem great. Aether Spark can draw a card the turn you play if you're willing to cheat. Ah! The attack. Turn 1 Aether Vial all 3 games? No. Notably, it's all instances of life loss. Okay, so can my opponent crack a fetch? Does that trigger speed? If you have no speed, it starts at 1. Increases once on each of your turns when an opponent loses a life. More like slow. Maybe I was supposed to not play the temple. Seems okay, I don't know. That's probably too good a card to say no to. I kind of want to field them next turn. The Golos is also kind of incentivizes that so that I could get a Cabal Coffers that's like pretty online. Although I'm, you know, then I couldn't, if I sack the spawn to cast this, then I can't get Temple, which is something too. The Golos may also just have them commit more into Damnation. Damnation against no vial is also really good. Oh boy, another 4-mana legendary card advantage spell. Is it too early to Damnation? I don't think it is because we have the Golos now. Yeah, it seems okay. Now I could also go Karn push next turn, maybe. If you don't play Temple, you get blown up by another Thoughtseize, yeah. Yeah. What did they get here? Aven Interrupter, maybe? They get Felia, okay. Not particularly scared of Felia. They're going to main phase Ephemerate? They are going to main phase Ephemerate. Okay, that's pretty good. And they get the Aven Interrupter. So I want to Thoughtseize the turn that they hold up the Interrupter, probably. I think I'm just going to cast Golos this turn and get a big blocker in play and get I'm gonna get a Cabal Coffers. And if my opponent gets White Orchid Phantom and they kill my Coffers, and that's their main part of the turn here. I guess they could do that plus hold up Felia and Interrupter if they have the land. I think that's okay. Aether Drift looks kind of underbid, to be honest. This is so funny. This is so funny. People say, like, literally no matter what, there's always someone that says this about every set. But we literally have barely seen any cards. What are we talking about? And I've seen at least 2 modern playables between Aether Spark and the Black-White Gearhulk. And my preview card is modern playable, but y'all don't have that info yet. Okay, Winter, Curse Rider, Ward, pay 2 life, blue-black 3/2. Artifacts have Ward, pay 2 life. Exhaust. Activate the exhaust ability only once each turn, not at sorcery speed. Generic, blue-black, exile X artifact cards from your graveyard. Each other non-artifact creature gets -X until end of turn. Okay, this card not modern playable, I think. 1 mana, 13/13 vehicle. Last Ride. Last Ride gets -X, where X is your life total. Crew 2. Wow. 3 mana, pay 2 life, draw a card. And it's legendary. Oh, once period? Okay. This card is so cool. Incredibly cool. I love everything about the art and the flavor. A Death Shadow that you can cast on turn 1 is really cool. This is a huge weakness of the card Death Shadow, is that it's sometimes castable turn 2, but you can't curve out with it super well sometimes. So the fact that you can play this on turn 1, then lose life turn 2, then play a creature attack with it turn 3, that's something I like about this card a lot. And I think that this ability here too, pay 2 life, draw a card, in some of the like more controlling builds of Shadow with counterspells, this will play really well too. Amazing card. But this card is potentially better than Death Shadow. I would actually like really think that it was if it wasn't legendary. So I put it got a Witch Enchanter, and then they're gonna Emperor of Bones, a White Orchid Phantom, it looks like. When it enters, we search your library for an offer card, reveal it, put it onto the battlefield if it's mana value 2 or less, otherwise put your hand. So 6 mana, put a 2 mana value artifact into play. Not quite. Not quite, probably. So my opponent's hand is Avid Interrupter, Felia, Witch Enchanter. That's a good hand. I think I'm going to take Witch Enchanter, cast Karn, and then I don't need to, so like the only way they can pressure the Karn is if they use the Flicker Wisp on the Golos. And so I think I want to bait that by leaving up the Fatal Push. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and grab Cityscape Leveler, and if they Thoughtseize it, then it goes to the graveyard. I'm okay trading Leveler for Thoughtseize. Also, if they lead on Thoughtseize, then I guess, oh, yeah, if they go Thoughtseize and we push the Emperor and they interrupt her, that's okay. Yeah. All right. Mendicant Core, the Guidelight, 2 mana, star 3, power equal to the number of artifacts you control. That's pretty promising. It has speed, max speed. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you may pay 1 if you do copy it. Max speed seems really slow, so I'm not super optimistic, but it's like max speed basically takes 5 turns to enable most of the time because like the cards you're playing aren't triggering it. The flavor is kind of fun of accelerating, I guess. I don't think I've seen this card Duretti. I feel like I've seen the art. Maybe say star 5 power equals the greatest mana value among artifacts, and it like enters or attacks to cast Trash for Treasure, which is cool. Okay, so they Thoughtseized my Thoughtseize, and I drew a Thoughtseize. So I'm gonna Thoughtseize their Avid Interrupter. Probably. When will I release my spoiler card? Tomorrow. I denied. I couldn't think of anything funny to say. I'll release it tomorrow. So they respond and they put Ophelia into play. Oh my gosh. This is such a crazy top deck. So I think the plan is to take Overlord, get Bridge, and if they go Flicker Wisp my Bridge, attack with Ophelia, I can just block the Ophelia. Max for the 15 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Do we think we can proliferate speed? Speed doesn't seem to be a proliferatable ability. Ooh, Chromox reprint. It's fun. Thanks again, Max, for 2 months. Not playable, but Flibble Flip has a buddy now. Oh yeah, the little Homunculus 04. No max hand size. If you draw a card, draw two a card instead. If you have max speed, we got Thoughtseize bugged. Dude, they drew another Overlord, and they can now get the Witch Enchanter, and they can Flicker Wisp the Wisp Enchanter back into play. It's insane. Not this turn. Oh, wait, they can do it this turn. They actually just can play Witch Enchanter, Flicker Wisp the Witch Enchanter, but the Witch Enchanter doesn't come back until end of turn at least. Yeah, I know they thought these bugged me, and I thought these bugged them. So if I draw Cabal Coffers, I can cast the Leveler. Other good top decks include Second Damnation, March of Wretched Sorrow. Guess I can't cast Kozilek's Command. Brutal. Probably losing this one. Have I talked about the vehicle Death Shadow? Yeah, I like that card a lot. Like a huge problem with Death Shadow is you can't cast it turn one. And without like multiple Street Wraiths. And the fact that you can with this one's pretty cool. The card draw ability on it's probably going to play better than it looks. It's weird seeing all these speed cards only have effects at max speed. Interesting. And don't seem to have scaling at effects at 2x3 speed. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that we don't have to like read a novel, like venture into the dungeon or whatever for max speed. I really hope they move away from these kind of effects. I guess they just might get the Felia back. Yeah, they do just get Felia back. Okay, so now we have Kozilek's Command available. Save me Kozilek's Command. So they're gonna Felia end of turn. My opponent, it seems like what we're gonna want to do is exile Felia and then scry draw. Maybe exiling Overlord is better. What do we think they're gonna flicker with Felia? Let's see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think the Overlord is the bigger problem. A little bit of lag. Downside of Death Shadow vehicles that's legendary. Yeah, for sure, for sure. I like the first copy of this seems better than the first Death Shadow. Overall, is it a better card than Death Shadow? I don't know. I think if it wasn't legendary, I would think that it probably is. The lag was going so well. So, next turn, if I play Cabal Coffers, that taps for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Which would let me go Leveler plus Tithing Blade, or I can't go Karn. Can I go Karn for Bridge? Bridge is in the yard. Bridge is in the yard. So it seems to me that I should plan to go Leveler plus Tithing Blade next turn. Tithing Blade's certainly not very good, but I did actually mean to. Have the coffers in hand here. Awkward. So I'm down to 3. Golos comes back. I put a Cabal Coffers into play. I draw Dreams of Steel and Oil. I did forget about the Avid Interrupter. Although I guess we lose to the Avid Interrupter anyways. Crazy match. Because I have to kill the Flicker Wisp, and then they just exile one of my blockers. Oh, shocked that they didn't. I guess they're playing around Damnation, because that's kind of the only thing they lose to. Yeah, if I could also play this Tithing Blade. If I could also play the Tithing Blade, we would be exactly alive here. Or if I had one more life point. A crazy game. If you have multiple start your engine effects in play, does each creature speed individually, or does your speed increase even if you have no longer any in play? I would think that it would only be for, like, I would think that they wouldn't trigger individually. If they trigger together, it could be kind of constructed playable, but at the moment it seems not. It seems like mostly a limited mechanic. Opponent hasn't killed me yet. I could take a look, Squee. Let's play Grape Shot. Let's play Grape Shot over Thassa's Oracle. I think so. Okay, it looks okay. Well, we've been given the gift of my opponent missing lethal. Nice. We have one more basic, right? Wait, what did they even target? Okay, Recruiter of the Guard. I can't believe they missed lethal here. It's awesome. Let's go. Okay, they get an Emperor of Bones. Okay, anyway, Fatal Push for that. Wow. They also punted last game too. So we do like almost have lethal here, right? Or do we just have lethal? They're gonna sack the Recruiter of the Guard. Yeah, they're currently dead on board without me fatal pushing. They're playing around push and we drew push. I see. I guess so. Okay, easy match. Not a sweat. And I need to update that shell. I need to come back to it. The thing is I wouldn't play as many Force of Negations anymore, and I'm a little bit unsure like what my interactive suite would look like. But I did just generally like that shell. Ran 53 months, like the new setup. Yeah, me too. I'm gonna be starting at some point on getting back upstairs. Definitely, hopefully sooner rather than later. I did look underneath the carpet upstairs, hoping underneath the carpet was already wood floors, not wood floors. So I was hanging with some friends last night, and one of my friends offered to help me at least rip up the carpets. So that'll be some fun. Koji, 52 months. Thank you. Welcome back. That's a lot of months. I feel like Boros is on the downside. Easy to hinder for respected. Would I agree? Yeah, I think so. I mean, like at the very least, you're playing Magic the Gathering against Boros now. It's not just a completely hopeless endeavor if you're playing a fair deck. And it seems like there's a lot of ways to attack it. Fun Magic the Gathering to be had in Modern at the moment. Is Nautilus Nadu still a channel favorite? I like Nautilus Nadu. How we usually do it here is that I work on a deck for a while. I feel like I get it pretty solved, and then I move on. And unless I want to play it in a tournament, I might play Nautilus Nadu in another tournament sometime. I like the Black Splash. I think the Black Splash was good. But yeah, I don't really have a lot. I think a lot else to say about it right now. So maybe like more cards get printed for it, or a new like breakthrough happens. But overall, I'm pretty happy with where that deck is. Gab, thank you for the raid. I hope y'all are doing well. Yellow hat. Yellow hat. How's the blue-white artifact deck treating you? I've been lurking a little bit. We're playing a little bit of the deck like that recently. Fun Raveler. And they plus. So it doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to resolve this Profane Tutor for an Urborg for the coffers. Really could use one. Maybe just draw one, huh? Roger with the 2 months, welcome back. Loving Bardigorios, yeah, that game. I want to play that deck again soon. I think you should ship some Dispatch Rebuke for blue-white deck for Lavas for boots, a few Ambers, more Chiro effects. Love it. Awesome, cool. For me, Dispatch was like kind of the main reason I was really liking those decks. Yeah, I did, but yeah, I'll if you want to link your build, I'd love to take a look. Dispatch has been like just so crazy for me. What are they playing over there? Just like Maverick, I guess. I was lurking on your stream the other day. I saw Jace the Mind Sculptor hit the bed. I'm like, okay, Gab's cooking. All right, we've been fun raveled. Urborg. More granulous in your face, yeah. I also was playing a mono white build and getting to play like Stoneforge Mystic and Genius Smith Fiddlebender and like a lot of basics seemed like a pretty good way to be better against like moon effects and like Meltdown Wrath the Skies. I mean, not Wrath the Skies so much actually, but I did like that build. All right, I think I'm gonna scry draw instead of make spawns. Might just get countered. Although I don't know if you're playing counter spells in your Keen-Eyed Curator deck. Let's take a look at Gab's blue-white build. 1 Sentinel, 2 Kappa, 1 Thought Monitor. Thought Monitor. I've been loving Thoughtcast. I've been like so Thoughtcast build. This is such a Gab list. 2 boots? 2 boots is wild. Sabine's Wreck is cool. I like the Hope of Gearper actually. This is the most Nasiv sideboard I've ever seen. I have the Blue Arc Artifact land. I was liking it. I think it's fine. That's another thing I really liked about the mono white build, and to like also I also have a mono blue build that I like. Is like you get to play Darksteel Citadel, which is so sick. I did see the Death Shadow vehicle. Yeah, I liked it. Looks cool. I think that the just like this general archetype is pretty solid, and I don't know. I love the look of the list. So they cash in for a card there. Boots was pretty nuts. Okay. So like with I wasn't playing Boots because like with 4 Dispatch, 4 Portable Hole, 4 Rebuke, you get to play like a more controlling game plan. Was my like general attitude, I guess, and I didn't feel like I missed it too much. I had like really good results with the mono white list. We played 2 leagues, we went 4-1 both leagues. It was just like very solid the whole time. I guess I should have spent 1 more mana into this. It's like with all your creatures, you have forces. So yeah, I'm on board. I'm on board. This is a sick turn here. Later, Gab. Good talking. Okay, command, make spawns, activate coffers, kill your Teferi, cast a Necro, Karn, second coffers in hand. Not playing a Sundering Titan. It's okay, we don't really need it here. Why do they keep printing this loot character? Okay, 1-1 in chat if you like loot and you want to see more loot. 2-2 if you dislike loot, and 3-3 if you don't know who loot is. Alright, so let's keep Coffers, Karn, Sheoldred, Thoughtseize, Damnation. Second Thoughtseize. Second Thoughtseize. A couple 1-1s. Loot agnostic, yeah. I don't have strong feelings for loot either. Alright, dare I? I think I'm gonna play a level. I want to go down on the tutors against its fairy deck. My white loves loot and semi-casual. Yeah, my issue with loot is why isn't loot cuter? They're like clearly trying to make it like an adorable mascot, but loot just like looks scary. Like you know what I mean? Like loot is just kind of terrifying looking. Like the teeth are really unsettling. There's no nose. The head is like freakishly big on the body. Like how do they just not make it cute? I don't know. It's okay. As a furry, loot is a real miss. We have focus grouped the furries. It's over. Loot is done. Excommunicado. Maturing Raceways is land that Tesla colorless, but if you're at max speed, becomes a soul land. Thoughts. Yeah, I saw that one. I don't think that card looks very good to me, unfortunately. Oh, I just realized we have Eldrazi Temple to pay for Emrakul too. See if that comes up. I guess it's like 4 color control. This seems fine. 1 white, 1 red, Colden, Kaladin, Way of King spilled. Triumph Caster, legendary creature, human pilot, mounts and vehicles you control have haste. Thank you for typing this out. You're like, this is unbelievable. Whenever a mount you control enters, it becomes saddled until end of turn. Whenever a vehicle you control enters, it becomes an artifact till end of turn. Cool. I wish it like drew cards when the stuff entered. Is that a greedy thing to say? Yeah, it does seem with Consulate Dreadnought, that is pretty cool. I do like that card a lot. Opponent, why would you do this to me? When it comes to red white, I see. 2 mana? Pretty cool. Pilot Hanger, dude, I love Pilot Hanger. It's a silly card to love. Hinkerbloom has entered the chat. Okay, they got a consign. We'll try to play around that. Yeah, that was a draw for turn. Nice. There's a pretty good chance I want to Field of Ruin them here after they Surveil, though, so we can maybe wait a turn on the command. If they put a card on top, I'm definitely just going to Field them and then push. Oh, you know what? Actually, they don't have any blue mana, so and they have a consign in their hand, so maybe I should. Scry draw. They do keep a card on top. It can't be that good. Should I exile this and scry draw? I think I'm making spawns because I have 2 pushes in my hands. My hand. Spawn both of these. Thoughts on Hull Drifter? I haven't seen Hull Drifter. You know what? My favorite chatter, and this entire of all of you, is Was3D1213, who came in here and typed out the text of the new card for me. I love Was3D1213. And if you know if y'all if y'all want card reviews, I, I would love to see the text of the card. Okay, best read tomorrow's champion. 1 mana 2/1. Exert to make a cat with lifelink. Cycles for 3. When you cycle it, cats getting hexproof indestructible. So 1 mana legend. Are there any good cats in Modern? Huh. I wonder would I dismiss this card completely if not for Johnny and Ocelot Pride. Doesn't seem that bad though. This set is Modern legal, yeah. It's a standard set. The cycle is like pretty good. Three mana cycle seems like a lot. Yeah, good thing it's also a 1 mana legend that makes cats. And when you cycle, you get to protect against sweepers. You know what I mean? Like it's just like an extra like kind of sick mode on the card. If you have multiples, you get to like cycle through them. If you top deck your 2/1 in the late game and it doesn't do anything, you get to cycle it. I think it's just a nice upside, right? Yeah, 1 mana legend for Sinu. I took the Omnath with my Dreams of Steel and Oil. And it's Consign, Overgrown Tomb, 2 mystery cards. So no, the card looks like also Jace from Arcane. Everyone's favorite character. Yeah, Basri is a human knight. Human knight. I know it's 4 mana. This seems fun for Asmo mid-range decks. Okay, we've got a Crypt Caller Chariot, a 4 mana 5/5 menace. Whenever you discard one or more cards, create that many tapped zombie creature tokens. Interesting. Oh, they're not playing an island? That card's cool. Card is cool. So there is like a 4 mana enchantment that like you can combo with Cookbook Asmo. I can't remember what else what else needs to happen for that card to be good. I guess I'm taking the Green Sun. I'm not sure about this. They don't have any blue mana right now. So with that's card like Scene of the Crime or something like that. Does that card work? Anyways, there's a card that like can combo with Cookbook Asmo, and it that card I already don't really think is very good. There are basically no good artifacts that cheat into play. The best is like Portal, Phyrexian Portal or whatever, and that card sucks. So that's something we're looking for here. Could Pireward Gearhulk be that? Let's read it. 6 mana, Vigilance Menace. When this creature enters, other creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain Vigilance and Menace end of turn. Damage can't be prevented this turn. Shout out to the One Ring. This actually could work. Because one big advantage to playing the Shape Anew deck is you get to play creatures. Okay, compared to Creativity, which puts artifacts or creatures into play, Shape Anew only puts artifacts into play. You could play a deck full of creatures with Shape Anew and with this card. So that's kind of interesting. We'll keep an eye on it. Let me just cycle the Relic. I want a K command there, Felia here. Right on time, Profane Tutor. Graz feels better than that shell. I actually was. It's interesting you say that. I was thinking that this card is almost just like a better Graz. So it's like I don't know. It's 1 mana less. It's just more castable. So it is interesting that you say that. All right, we do get kind of wrecked by Avid Interrupter. The state of Modern that I'm thinking about Avid Interrupter is kind of funny. I'm gonna cast it, I think. Doesn't that exile to Ugin's Lab? That's true. So maybe Graz is better because of that. They put a Lead and Arbiter into play in response. Is this mono white taxes? So out of date. But usually black white plays fetch lands. Spike, you realize it doesn't give haste? I know. And Graz doesn't give haste. Listen, I don't think this card is amazing. I don't, but it's cool. What am I fatal pushing this? What could they protect it with for 3 mana at instant speed? Just like a Ephemerate, I guess, which would be okay. Yeah, I think I want to use the second command here. If they have another Ephemerate, that's okay. But I'm just saying, with Aether cards, we're looking for something to shape anew into play. This is something that you need to keep an eye for. I don't know if the Gear Hulk is going to be this card, but Hazard is a big payoff for max speed. 2 mana, 5/3 indestructible haste. Can't attack unless max speed. Interesting. What you working with over there? Let me see that hand. Velia. It's going to put a Recruiter into play probably here. Ooh, a Wisp. Wisp the Urborg. So I want to use the floating mana here, so if my opponent draws a Flicker Wisp, I guess they wouldn't main phase Flicker Wisp the Witch Enchanter. Oil Deep Gearhulk, blue, black, artifact creature construct, lifelink, ward 1, 4/4. Pretty good stats. When this creature enters, look at target player's hand. You may choose a card from it. If you do, the player discards a card, then draws a card. Okay. So good stats. Mediocre abilities. 1 too many mana to like flicker, like use every turn with Goblin Engineer. So against this Ghost Quarter that they found, I don't think that's searching up a Cabal Coffers is going to be the way to go. So let's just get the namesake card here, I think. New Hazret, 2 mana, 5/3, indestructible haste. Start your engines. Target creature with power 2 or less can be blocked this turn for 1 and a tap. So you can use that immediately. And you're going to do a lot of time because it cannot attack or block unless you have max speed. That's a pretty harsh requirement. So we're going to try to bait the Skyclave with Karn and like leave room for Sheoldred in our hearts here. I think we grab Golos. Speed is dumb, change my mind. It seems to be mostly a limited mechanic, so I don't know. I think it seems like a very fun limited mechanic to me. The fact that this, in theory, like if you play this on, let's say you play a 1-drop turn 1, let's give you some generosity, and we're talking about standard, not modern, of course. You play a 1-drop because this card's never going to be modern playable unless somehow like a 2 mana 5/3 is like just really good for you that they can't attack or block. And modern is weird, so maybe that could happen. But you go on turn 2 attack for 1. Like this is a card that on turn 6 or 5 or 6 is going to be able to do something. Oh wait, no, I took the Skyclave. They have Witch Enchanter as their last card, right? But yeah, I mean, this is just a limited mechanic, so we don't really need to, like... Speed? Ah, this mechanic sucks! Yeah, you know, it's just like... Not every mechanic needs to be a modern banger. If they can't fetch you, turn your speed goes up. So far it seems like no speed card is close to playable in modern, but we'll see. But they ghost quarter this. Yeah, Ring Tim. Yeah, like this is a great comment, Roro. Like Ring Timsu was a great limited mechanic and a card that saw like basically no constructed play. It's the same thing. Like these mechanics are fun and limited because games are slower and grindier, and like it gives you like you get to build around like this mechanic. It's just a limited mechanic. Okay, so up a game against mono white taxes this time. I'm bringing the Golos again, I think. Bring in the Tithing Blade. Let's bring in the Ballista this time. Let's bring in a Leveler. Let's try this. Hazoret could, in theory, attack on turn 4. In theory, Hazoret could attack on turn 4. If you go like Goblin Guide, Hazoret does nothing. Goblin Guide hits again. Your opponent doesn't have anything. Then Goblin Guide hits again, and in turn 4 you burn spell them. Then on turn 4 your 2-mana card attacks for 5, which is it's not great, unfortunately. Where do I find spoilers? I might use your Twitch chat. That's what I do. It's a Gathalia. The colorless speed-based soul land means with something like Gingerbread, Hazoret could attack on turn 3. I guess I don't understand that, right? Because to get max speed, you have to play at least 4 turns, right? Because speed ticks up to 4, and speed doesn't get triggered until turn 4, so... Not exactly sure where you're getting that number from, I guess. Till turn 5. Well, it could be turn 4 if you play a hasty 1-drop or a burn spell. That has to be a hasty 1-drop, and then a burn spell on turn 4, which is, again, this is asking a lot. A lot. Okay, 3 turns. On turn 1 it starts on, then goes to 2 instep. Oh, okay. I thought that speed started on 0. Okay, so now we need to... Speed is all of a sudden became like 33% better. I thought it started on 0. Okay, so we'll look again. We'll look closer at speed cards, but that is a huge difference. I need to like reframe my thinking then. Okay, so if I titled a Twitch stream, and Twitch CEOs, if you're watching this, is just a hypothetical. If I titled a Twitch stream, "Let's do some speed," would I get banned? I don't. Would that be a problem? I don't know. Is that even funny? That's a lot of questions I have. These questions are again only for the Twitch CEO and not for anyone in chat. Okay, so Solitude, Witch Enchanter, mystery card, right? A giver. Yeah, need for speed. There we go. Family friendly. 1 engineered explosives, please. What's the best spoiler site? Twitch.tv/aspiring spike. That's what I use. Okay, Repurposing Bay. 3 mana. 2 mana to sacrifice another artifact. Search your library for an artifact card with mana value equal to 1 plus that artifact's mana value. Put that card into battlefield and shuffle. Activate only as a sorcery. Some people, cowards, I would call them, are saying that this is a artifact birthing pod. No, this is an artifact fiddlebender. Pretty cool. Definitely something to try to cook with. I guess maybe I shouldn't have got the coffers. If they ghost quarter me, I'm really happy actually. All right, shoot the sheriff deputy, sheriff Elia. How many different loots are there now? Too many it seems. All right, let's get a 4-1 prediction going. I mean, I will of course brew around that card. That card seems so fun. Obviously, Mox Opal makes this card like really exciting too. Good card, very fun. Literal Bloodghast back in standard. Dang, wow. It's pretty cool. Greenwire, 23 months. Thank you. Welcome back. All right, playing for the 4-1. Bouncing back. We're up against Sepulcher. Good news, we have 8 fields in our deck and Karn. Bad news is we also have a lot of creature removal, which isn't particularly good against them. Seems like a clear case of take the Lotus Bloom to me. Aether Drift, like, Bloodghast being an Aether Drift is... I guess I don't exactly understand the flavor. Maybe there's no... Maybe I'm overthinking it. Never done that before, huh? Mox Opal doesn't increase in legality, so only legal formats is legal. Wait, did they reprint Mox Opal? I would just say Mox Opal makes the Birthing Pod card better. Like, honestly, this set will be so good if they reprint Mox Opal. Okay, the rest of the Verges, that's cool. Not the biggest deal for Modern, but I think these cards could pop up every once in a while. Main phase is the Impulse. You have a Spell Pierce in your hand. What's happening here? You don't want to hold up Spell Pierce? Against me, of all people? Alright, I mean, I know you have a Spell Pierce, so I guess I'm going to resolve this now. Don't need to K command or field this turn. I repeat, a blue pod. Yeah, we saw the artifact pod. Seems pretty interesting with Opal and Enigma Jewel. Okay, I'll take this. Oh, it's a fiddle bender, not a pod. Sharps, 18 months. Thank you. Welcome back. Chromox is not Opal lame. I mean, is it confirmed no Opal? I don't know yet. I hope still Opal, but I guess I don't know. We finally got 2-mana Destroy Target Planeswalker. There are at the moment Dreadbore, and there's also a Strictly version of Dreadbore. There's lots of ways to kill Planeswalkers for 2 mana, but maybe this is like... Okay, let's see this. It's a rare, it's a sorcery, but it's in mono black. Target creature, Planeswalker, vehicle, mill 2, then destroy the permanent if mana value is less than or equal to the number of cards in the graveyard. The mill 2 is kind of nice. Yeah, Bitter Triumph. So it seems like I want to upkeep Demolition Field so I can have Revolt for a Tamashi. Like, I don't want to wait on the Relic in case they have Whir for Lotus. Yeah, I agree that Bloodghast in Standard is cool. I do have a spoiler card. I will be revealing it tomorrow. Being a bad content creator, could you say this set sucks after looking at 5 cards? Well, I can't deny that I'm a bad content creator, but I can say set looks pretty cool so far. Already many cards I'm interested in the context of Modern, and I'm interested in my preview card too. All right, I think we gotta pop this. Good pickup. I think I need to take the Sync, because that card is, I think, the best against the... I mean, I guess maybe the Shoal is better against Profane Tutor. Yeah, I saw the Shoal was better against Profane Tutor, dang. I'm not very used to Shoal versus Profane Tutor gameplay. Okay, whenever you cycle this card, put 2 counters on up to 1 creature vehicle, gains trample indestructible to end of turn. Kind of interesting. And they top deck Tamashi. The good news is I can march it. The bad news is they have Pact. Questing Beast dethroned. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this card is not comparable to Questing Beast at all. 4-5 mana, no haste, cycles, not, you know. Maybe I'm missing something. So this ticks down to 1. Field of Ruin would be the best draw. Okay, so we're going to try to win here, I guess, by going... March the Tamashi. Now we want them to Pact of Negation this. Thoughts on Stoneblade with the Planeswalker equipment? I mean, it's something we're going to think about for sure. I will definitely try it. Seems promising. The speed mechanic is not playable constructed turtle formats. Probably not. I did not. So their hand is Sink into the Stupor Shoal, right? So casting this card should be lethal. Because no matter what, they won't have 5 mana next turn. Yeah, so I didn't realize speed starts at 1. So speed starts at 1 and goes to 2 if you could trigger at the same turn. Then 3, then 4. That is a lot. It is probably not going to be constructed playable. But I did have the attitude that it worked that way, but it didn't work how I thought. So I'm going to try to reframe my attitude a little bit. Still not super promising. Okay, let's bring in Necromentia. Let's bring in Needle. I'm going to go Karn for Damping Matrix. So let's also bring in Stonebrain. Maybe I just actually play Damping Matrix. And then I can Karn for... this is like Karning for the more expensive card maybe makes more sense. Especially because the Karn static is also pretty good. So Fatal Push seems not great. Since it really only hits Tamashi. I guess the Damnations are worse. It doesn't seem like they're playing the Flare package. But like it only hits Tamashi, but Revolt is kind of tough to get, but maybe that's fine. Alright, let's submit this. Did I see the Last Ride? Yeah, I love that card. The card is super cool. I think that it's one I will try also. But yeah, I think speed cards probably won't be playable. The fact that it does take 3 turns instead of 4 is a big deal. Okay, we have double field against Belcher. I'm going to keep. Certainly would not mind drawing a black source. They do have a Lotus Bloom suspended. Did they keep 7? They suspend 2 blooms. Well, glad we drew this. Is Spellbomb better than a March? Maybe. Last Raid is interesting because it'd be 8 Death Shadows. It's interesting for that. Yeah, you could really build around this effect more. It's also interesting because you can play it turn 1. This is not something you could do with the card Death Shadow very often, is cast the card turn 1, so it helps you curve out. Also, the activated ability where you get to draw a card, lose life, this is like pretty nice upside. It's not like the biggest deal, but I like it. Why are people excited for Artifact Pod when we already have Fiddlebender? Yeah, I mean, this new card is like, being mono blue is nice, and it works well with Enigma Jewel, and it also doesn't die to creature removal, so you can use it more reliably. It also is Goblin Engineerable. You could put this into play with Goblin Engineer and be disappointed because Goblin Engineer is not that good. So my opponent did put 2 cards in the bottom. This seems like a rough matchup. We have 8 fields, Karn the Great Creator, 6 discard spells. I disagree. So I can go field and use Relic to protect from a Tamashi. That's probably good enough. You might lose this game. Yeah, once you reach max speed, it seems like you just have it the rest of the game. I don't want to completely rule out the mechanic. It does not seem like it'll likely be very good, but The fact that it takes 3 turns to get going instead of 4 is a really big deal. That is a really big deal. Which mono blue vehicle was I talking about? I don't remember talking about a mono blue vehicle. Oh yeah. Synthesizer seems great on your birthing pod chain. You get to like sack stuff, retrigger. It seems like that could be a really fun card to build around. Well, you're not gonna war for another Lotus, are you? When you have 2 coming down here. What do you need all these Lotuses for? Okay, I'm just gonna field now. We're not gonna be I guess maybe we should be killing Tamashi. Mountain! Damn it. That's a big deal that they have the mountain. Damn it. Not everybody plays the mountain. The only spoiled mono blue vehicle is Hull Drifter. Okay, I haven't seen Hull Drifter yet. Shab Sudin, Luxa Embodied. What the hell is Luxa? 5 mana 6/6, reach, trample, indestructible. Can't attack or block unless it has an even number of counters on it. 0 is even. At the beginning of your first main phase, put a counter on Sab. Then if it has an odd number of counters on it, draw 2 cards. Move aside, Clothis, sexy frog card is my new goddess. Cool card. Unlikely to be a modern playable, but pretty cool. I guess they must have another whir in their hand if they're whirring for another bloom. Not just a Belcher. Okay. Well, let's take a look at how they boarded. Not a frog god? Yeah, should have been a frog god. It's indestructible. Okay, so they brought in Harbinger. How many Harbingers? 2? Don't see a third. See 1 consign. 1 consign. 2 forces? 3 forces. Did you find out about Reflecting Pool yet? No, I'm going to work on it tonight, but I believe it should work. It should work. Keep. There are 3 consigns? Dude, I only saw 1. Why Belcher players play Mountain and not Island? Okay, so one thing is they can still cast all of their spells if they draw the Island because they don't have any like blue, triple blue. Besides, I guess Whir is one they can't cast actually. But they can cast them all on curve besides Whir with Mountain, and then Mountain doubles the damage of Belcher. So it makes it more likely that they kill if they didn't get fielded and they activate Belcher. Some people play Mountain, some play Island. I would play Mountain probably, as I'm not a coward. 4 lands, Whir, Tamashi. Think we're taking the Whir. Alright, good chance of getting Urborg. Type anti-spam off. Can you type that, please? What is the command supposed to do, magical? So they may just be holding up Jawari Disruption here. Bot sad. Okay, turning off anti-spam. Sure, no one will take advantage of this. So their hand is, sorry, I took the Whir. I can cast the Karn. I think Dan has a message limit on the bot they'll send some time frame before spam filter turns on. I see. Lands have become super important in Modern lately. I actually have no idea what this comment means. But any thoughts on Ponza being good? So Ponza is Eldrazi. Ponza is an archetype that exists in Modern right now. It's actually top tier. It is your land destruction has become Sowing Mycospawn and Worldbreaker, and it's pretty solid. But yeah, I don't know what this means. Lands have become important in Modern lately. But if you were going to play a land destruction focused deck, it would be an Eldrazi deck for sure. Anyone else feeling like having a wacky race in Amonkhet is bad taste in universe? It kind of reminds me of, oh no, what's that movie called? Hold on. Get Stone Brain here. I love this movie. I'm totally blanking on the name. It's an anime like racing movie. Redline. If you haven't seen Redline, that movie is like just beautifully animated. It is really, really good. I watched it on YouTube at work one time. Which is not exactly a review, I guess. Yeah, but Redline rules. And so I don't know, Aether Drift reminds me a lot of Redline. Where there's also like the race is also kind of tasteless, or maybe they should say they race on someone else's planet without like getting permission. Yeah, Redline's really good. Just like some of the best animation you'll ever see. Like the way that they animate speed, it's all like blurry and crazy. It's really good. Okay, let's start another league here. We're bouncing back a bit. I want to ride the momentum some. Yeah, the movie, it's not a thinking man's movie, yeah, I'll tell you what. There's also